Hello everyone, this is Sudeep, your host, and welcome to BI Talks featuring the Anytime Fitness Stories. We are a 24/7 health club with over 4 different locations at the vibrant city of Kolkata, where our community is all about health, fitness, and your personal transformation. At Anytime Fitness, with just one membership, you get access to more than 5,000 plus clubs globally, a fitness app that provides you with 3,500 plus workout routines, diet and fitness consultation, personal training, your one stop solution for all your fitness requirements. So, whether you're just starting out or you're pushing towards a new goal, be it any time of the day, you are just at the right place. That is Anytime Fitness. Let's make healthy happen. So, today we have with us a very special guest who is a mother, a corporate employee, and a passionate fitness enthusiast. And somehow she manages to juggle it all, her career, her motherhood, and her love and passion for fitness. Surabhi Vashisht. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me here.
So, how are you feeling right now?
I'm excited. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me here. It will be great to share my journey, and if it can inspire even one person, I'll be content.
Okay. So, let's begin. From where does or from where did your fitness motivation or your passion for fitness it started? From where did it begin?
So honestly, it began, when I delivered my daughter.
Okay.
That was around 9 years back. So when I delivered my daughter, I had gained around 25 kgs, and at that point in time, so I started focusing on giving her healthy meals. And one day I realized that why am I not doing the same for myself?
Okay.
And I just realized that if I want to raise a strong and healthy girl, I need to be that example, for my child. So that's where it began. And because children, right, like they don't see what you say, like they see what you live. So I just wanted to be that example for her. So that's how, the entire journey started.
So, for how long you have started your workout journey?
It was a bit on and off before my daughter was born. I was never that serious. Fitness that time for me was just a phase. Like, I would gain, lose.
Okay.
But I started getting very serious around, 9-ish years back when my daughter was born. So, yeah, 9 years.
From 9 years, have you been consistent with your journey?
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Okay, so what helps you keep up this consistency?
I think for me now, like I said, right, fitness is not a phase. It is just a lifestyle. It started off being with the phase. I thought I'll try it for 3 months, but then, now it has become a lifestyle.
Hmm.
And it is not about how do I look, or, how much is the strength. It's more about how I feel. So, I'm enjoying the journey, and, that's where it is. So as long as you're enjoying the journey, you just want to keep continuing with it, right? So that's
Okay, apart from fitness, so who is Surbi Bashish outside the gym? What does she do and how does she keep herself like fit other than like hitting the gym?
So, I am, like I said, I'm a working mother, and I'm also a delivery principal with a software firm. So, I manage large delivery teams. So, managing large teams, handling client escalations, being on high pressure projects, and managing that, all that stuff. That's part of my daily job. Apart from that, managing motherhood, because let's just face it, that doesn't come with any breaks. So, that's another aspect as well. So yeah, that's my life. The way I try to be fit is, one is definitely, an hour or two in the gym. Um, Other than that, really choosing healthy meals. And third, but really, like lastly but not the least, is meditation. So I really enjoy meditating. Something I picked up like less than a year back, but no going back there. So yeah, these are the things that just keep it all balanced for me. And yeah, it's working out great.
Okay, so coming on meditation.
Mhm.
So how did it help and why do you choose it? Because right now the thing is we see a trend. Like everyone comes up meditation kar lo, sahi ho jayega, abhi ye kar lo, sahi ho jayega. But did it really help you?
Absolutely. So I was one of those people who never believed in it, and I used to find spirituality as boring. I used to be like, "Oh, I don't know what are these people saying. I don't know if I can ever do it." But work got really exhausting at a point in time, and I just wanted to find some peace and calm. not just, in my time at the gym, but just throughout the day as well. And that's why I started doing a little bit of, breathing exercises. And then, it has now moved to like a 40-minute meditation every day, which I just do not miss. So, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so listening to your story, what I can get is like you start your day with the work, the child. So what is the hack that you use for time management?
So, I think there are a bunch of factors. The two people that I want to call out that really help out with it because it takes a village. One is definitely my husband because he and I, we are a team. He also has this passion for fitness. He also has long working hours, but we tweak our schedules in a way that if my daughter is at home, then one of us is at home. If I have a early work call, then he might stay, go to the gym early, or he might stay back, and then one of us just manages to be at home. So one is that. I guess the other part that really helps is, having a good trainer, having a good coach. So, kudos to my coach, wherein, you know, there are days when work is so hectic that I might not be able to spend beyond 40-50 minutes in the gym. But having a good coach ensures that he's able to tweak your workouts in a way that you do, even if you're working out like 40 minutes a day, you end up, after you're done with the gym, you end up feeling accomplished. So the way he tweaks my workouts is he just give me supersets for that day. Or, if I'm not feeling up to it, if I'm like really tired, or lately I had dengue and I just did not have the energy, he just tweaked my workouts to be, still be consistent, but, less pressure workouts. So I guess those are the hacks, those are the support systems that you need. And I guess at the end of the day, it really is a personal choice. You don't need to find time, you need to make time for fitness. I guess you need to make time for the things that are important for you in life.
So according to you, a good coach is an investment or an expense?
Or definitely an investment. I mean, not just a good coach, right? Everything that you do in fitness, and that's what I keep telling my friends and relatives as well, because at times they're like, "Oh, you're spending so much on fitness and health. It's like protein powder, a good coach, and whatnot." But what they do not understand is that this is actually an investment and actually gives you a better quality of life at the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so let's say in your office, you guys, I guess you have office parties,
Mhm.
and out of your friends, achana daru pite party karte.
Yeah.
How do you manage this? Like, do you get involved in this? Do you indulge, or like that's a guilty pleasure? How do you manage all these things?
Absolutely. Like, I'm not a monk at the end of the day and can do it what to be, but I think it's just about balance. I try to follow an 80-20 routine.
Okay.
For example, I need to head out to a party today.
Okay.
I will have a good time. I wouldn't like stop myself from having a good time, but there is this still like this conscious choice, in your mind that, hey, can I choose my meals? Can I get more salad? And that's just how my brain is wired now. So I might enjoy a drink or two. I might not go overboard, but yeah, I mean, it's not like, just eating healthy 100% of the time because that just gets boring.
So in that point of time, like, how do you avoid those peer pressure?
There is no peer pressure. I mean, you see, people do say that, hey, why are you sort of choosing healthy meals instead of, me telling them that why you're drinking so much. So I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It's a no brainer. If it's an investment for my health, then I don't need to like listen to any negative peer pressure.
So when you started your fitness journey, so basically this happens only in the case of females. So what is the weirdest fitness advice that you have, like someone?
Yeah, that'll make you look like a man. Oh, I heard that so much. Yeah. It'll make you look like a man. I think that was one. And secondly, it was that if you eat protein, and I still hear that, from relatives, if you eat protein, like you'll die of a heart attack or something. So, I mean, even like the heart attacks that we are seeing for anyone who goes to a gym, it's all credited to, oh, they have protein. And I mean,
Yeah, this is one thing which we can't avoid.
yeah.
Okay. And so now, did you become a man after lifting weights?
Not at all. I think, like on a serious note, lifting has just helped me gain strength and toning the body. I used to run a little bit before, but I found my love in lifting compared to running. Like I did running for like a couple of years, but lifting is where I found my love. And I've just realized that it helps in toning the body, which is especially helpful for females, and just, giving you the strength, because as women, you need to run, behind your child and do whatnot in the house. And it just gives me that energy to manage all that.
Yes, because right now this is a common thing which we get to hear, sir, मुझे cardio करना है, मुझे जल्दी weight loss करना है,
Yeah.
and especially we get to hear this from a lot of female clients.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I also had the same perspective till before I started delving into this deeper. But then I realized that, hey, cardio is one part of it, but there is no alternative. Like, you do need to strength train, you do need to eat healthy. So it's all a package. Like, you can't just choose one thing and say that, even like if you just strength train and don't have a healthy meal, even then you won't like lose weight, right? So it's a package. So you need to find that balance.
And how has Anytime Fitness helped you?
Oh, a lot, immensely. I think this is so I joined Anytime Fitness, I think around more than 4 years back. And I've been consistent ever since. What I really love about the place is just the overall vibe. The trainers have been super helpful. The overall vibe in the gym, people, coaches, it's just very positive. I like that. Even the machines, the equipments that we see, they're pretty good. So, I mean, I do have a great gym in my society as well.
Okay.
But both me and my husband, we just like, oh no, we'll just go travel half an hour and go to Anytime Fitness, because, that's, it just feels like home, right? Like after 4, 5 years.
Okay, so talking about your husband, who is the one who is more into fitness? So you or your husband?
So he started a little bit after me, but now like both of us are into fitness. He is a pretty sort of regular as well. So now, I mean, our dinner conversations more are about like sports and macros. So it has gone to that level.
Yeah, this is like when a couple hits the gym together. So minimum diet and planning out your day-to-day workouts becomes really easy.
It is. I mean, health is contagious. And I'm actually seeing it, in my daughter as well. Like my husband, me, like we'll just have, like I said, conversations about macros, squats, deadlift, kitna kiya, and things like that. That's what we will talk about. And my daughter understands that. So she does understand that, X has high iron and Y has high protein. And when a friend says that, hey, I got aloo paratha, and my mom keeps me very healthy meals, and then my daughter will be like, no, I don't think that's healthy. It doesn't have protein that much. So her perspective is also changing, and she's becoming more conscious about health.
So yes, so what I have seen in the long run is like, there is a saying that couples who train together stay together. Like, do you agree with this?
Absolutely. I mean, we were staying together even when we were not training together. But it's just great to have a team, right? Like we both work as a team, and we both have the same goals. We want to be, um, strong parents to our daughter. So the only way I see to raise a strong daughter is to be strong parents to your child, right? And that's what both of us aim to be. So yeah.
Okay. And like, if someone wants to have a cheat meal, does anyone like stops? Okay, आप मत खाओ, अभी मत खाओ, नहीं बाद में खाएंगे. क्यों खा रहे हो अभी cheat meal? ये मेरा डाइट चल रहा है.
I might stop my husband a little bit because he loves sweets and not that fond of sweets. But at the end of the day, for both of us, it's like 80-20. He cheats more, and he doesn't feel guilty about it. Like he's more extreme. Like if he wants to lose weight, he'll like be really like at it for 3 months and then lose all of it. I'm more like consistent, and then I'll just, keep being consistent for years. So it's a different in how we approach fitness, but both of us just work towards it.
So what will be your message to those moms who are thinking of starting their workout, but always they come up with the excuse like time नहीं हो रहा है, बच्चे संभाले, घर संभाले, कैसे करे, क्या नहीं के, but they will find a time to scroll reels, they will find time for Netflix,
Yep.
but not for 1 hour for gym. So what is your message for them?
I guess my message for all the moms out there is start small, but start. Do not wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time does not exist. Like there is no such thing as a perfect time. What matters is your presence more than perfection. Like even if you are moving for 20 minutes, that itself counts for something. So you do need to start. And also, I've seen a lot of moms feeling guilty about, going to the gym and giving that 1 hours. And that's the place where they should stop feeling guilty, because, the moment you go to the gym or you work on yourself, um, your child actually sees resilience and self-respect even without you saying a word. So there is this deeper meaning to it. So that's why they need to prioritize themselves, because otherwise, I end up seeing moms feeling just like very tired and exhausted throughout the day and feeling like I'm not doing anything, but actually not really doing anything at the same time. So yeah, they just need to start and not wait. Because at times I see like reasons like, oh, I'll start after Diwali.
Yeah.
Oh, let the new year pan the narrative. But there is no such time. Like, why do you want to waste so much time? Just start today. Like, don't be perfect. At least do 80% of things. So yeah.
So what would you choose? Would you choose motivation over consistency, or like both have the same equal like value in your life?
No, I think for me it's consistency all the way. Discipline and consistency. Like I really feel discipline is really talks a lot about how much you respect yourself, talks a lot about your like self-respect, and just being consistent, because there are days where I don't feel motivated at all. Work is hectic. Kid has too many things that I have to work on with her. But then I do choose to like just shun all of those excuses and still show up at the gym, because that's where your strength builds, right? Like in the moments when, you don't feel like doing anything, but then you still end up giving your best shot. I think that's where, your strength shows. So yeah, definitely consistency.
And did working out help you in a date like profession work?
Definitely. I feel like, it's all a combination, right? Like if I'm strong, I feel like I lead my teams better. If I'm calm due to, let's say, meditation, I feel like I'm a better parent. Like, so all of these things like working out, meditation, they have really helped me be a better professional at work and also be a better parent. I would definitely, acknowledge both of these things name a huge role.
Okay, so basically, what is your ideal fitness routine? What is a workout that you follow?
So I follow a combination of strength training and cardio, but I can't lie, I am more inclined towards strength training. That's something I enjoy more. So it's mainly Mondays chest and shoulders, then Tuesdays leg day for sure. One day is rest day, and then deadlifts on Saturdays. Fridays I would do like back or like one of the other flow cardio or something. So that's sort of the routine that I follow. So, yeah.
Okay, so this is a common thing which has someone who starts lifting weight. I don't know what happens. They start falling in love with them
Yeah.
because I have seen even in my clients. I would say let's do volume. We'll hit this weight. नहीं सर मुझे आज PR ही करना है. I want to lift heavy. Even if I stop them, no sir करना है.
Yeah.
This is the love they like develop once they start lifting weights.
Yeah. Gladly, that's not the thing with me. Like I've seen this competition or feeling that, I want to lift more. But gladly that has not been the case with me. Like I just enjoyed the journey. Like I don't fret too much about, hey, am I hitting 100 in deadlifts or 110 in deadlifts or not? Like I just believe in like giving my best in the 1 hour that I'm there. And as long as I've given my best, then I'm okay. And fitness is a very personal thing to me. So I don't want to compete with anyone. I just want to show up and do a good job in that 1 hour. And that's all what I need out of fitness. So yeah.
So what is that one cheat meal that you enjoy?
Oh, chocolate cake. Yeah.
Okay. So, have you developed any kind of recipes that you prefer making it at home, or you still like whenever you feel okay, let's have a chocolate cake, just open this Zomato or Swiggy and just order it home? Which one would you prefer?
It See, I feel like if you really want to have a cheat meal, then have a proper cheat meal. Like those slides, put protein powder in it. Like just go enjoy a good brownie or a chocolate cake. Like you deserve that. And it's not really a cheap meal as such, right? It's
Okay.
you've actually earned it. Like you've been working out pretty much and eating healthy pretty much all week. Then, you do deserve something good as well. So just have it without any guilt. That's what I feel. And I feel like for any food, like have it without any guilt, but then choose to eat healthier the other parts of the time. But I do make sure that me and my family, we eat healthy 80% of the time. So I plan our meals accordingly. So it's a lot of like protein because we are vegetarians. So protein chila, a lot of that, a lot of, protein pancakes, things like that is what we prefer. So yeah, a lot of salads, Greek yogurt. So that's part of like our everyday diet as well. So yeah.
Okay. So and when your like career gets hectic, when your degree like gets tough, and like things start coming up and you're not able to hit the gym, so how do you like get yourself bounce back, or how do you bounce back to the previous form? Like what steps do you take?
See, I try my best that I don't miss the gym. I really try my best. I mean, I make sure that at least 5 times a week I do hit the gym. At times, which is very less cases. At times, if it happens that I'm not able to, like I'll still make sure that I complete my 10,000 steps a day.
Okay.
And that's just like walking at home. Like if I have a work call, I might just walk and take that work call. So even with gym, I try to complete 10,000 steps a day, and then I'll eat healthy. So all of those things, they balance out. And then, I usually don't go on Sundays, but if I have missed over the work week, then, I would just go on a Sunday. Like even when I'm traveling for work, I travel a lot for work. I try and choose hotels which have a good gym facility so that, after work, like even if it's 9, 10 p.m., I'm just able to go and have a quick workout. So, yeah.
And what will be the last message for all the working women, or let's say working ladies who are suffering right now from PCOS, thyroid, PCOD? What will be a one piece of advice that you want to like give it to them?
I would say, focusing on health is shouldn't be taken as selfish. They should really get like just get yourself tested, focus on your health, find the time for working out and find the time for yourself. It should be, it's a very important part of self-care. So as long as they focus on that, they will feel content inside, they will feel happy, and they wouldn't just be pouring from an empty cup. And yeah, it'll just be leading to happier families. And yeah, that's that.
Okay. Okay. It was really a wonderful conversation. So I hope those who are watching have at least took some piece of advice, got themselves motivated, and I hope they start their fitness journey getting inspired from you. And I hope this will make a change in the day-to-day life.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish so too. Like I said in the beginning, if I'm able to inspire even one person after this to start working out, then, that itself is a win. So, yeah, thanks for having me here.
Wow, Survi, it was such a wonderful conversation. Thank you for joining us and taking out your time to share your story with us. From finding time amidst your corporate life, motherhood, to showing that fitness is not about just a lifestyle, it's about the mindset, it's about creating the balance. I am sure a lot of working mom and dad will learn something from this podcast, take an inspiration, get themselves motivated to start prioritizing themselves and get their fitness journey started as soon as possible. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning into BI Talks featuring the Anytime Fitness Stories. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such amazing stories from real people. Until next time, this is Sudeep signing off, reminding you that no matter where you are, wherever you are, how busy life gets, Anytime Fitness is always there for you 24 into 7. Let's make healthy happen.